What's going on, everybody? I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network. Thank you for tuning in, and this is my review for Rivals 2, episode 5, I believe we're on now. The reason why I'm doing this review so late is because I do want to give my commentary a little bit about the show, but yeah, just because I just want to all of a sudden. I don't know why. I mean, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4 were cool. They were good. I mean, CT is crazy. You know, Ty got kicked off early, like he does for every other thing else. Anissa fighting Trishelle was awesome. Marlon and Jordan being the underdogs, aka the rookies, and kicking everybody's ass is freaking phenomenal. I think for them to be shining surpassed the rest of the male crews. One being that Jordan has his issue with his hand, and then Marlon being the talked about bisexual. I think it's very cool because, you know, they're like the minority in the group, basically. Not only that, they're rookies. And everyone thinks that a rookie is supposed to be always into the elimination and always, you know, having to be put up for anything. And Jordan and Marlon are kicking ass. So shout out to Jordan and Marlon for kicking ass. In the last episode, we had Cooking Carl Maria and Jasmine and Teresa up for elimination, and they were going to have to get electrocuted by 4,000 watts of electricity or some bullshit like that TJ said to them. And I'm thinking to myself, like, there is no fucking way that I would end up doing this shit. Like, this shit looked like some freaking Saw meets CSI meets Discovery documentary bullshit type channel. Like, I was like, there's no way that I would do that, let alone some chick. Like, but Jasmine with her ghetto ass was talking about, I would get up there, I'm gonna do it, and Teresa's like, don't worry, it's just like a short chop pain in your fingertips, or some shit she was saying. And Carl Maria was like, it's like someone sticking your nipples. I don't know what the hell they were saying, but they were saying some weird shit like that, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this is not okay. Like, there is no way that this is okay. Like, I'm not about to do this. And then out of nowhere, TJ's like, all right, no one's getting sent home. Because even TJ was looking like, I don't know if I want to be a part of someone dying right now on this particular episode. I don't think this is in my contract. I'm not signing up for this. I didn't sign up for this. So TJ tells the ladies that they don't have to go home. And of course, all of the ladies, majority of the ladies wanted Carl Maria and Cook to go in because everyone hates Carl Maria. I don't know why, but she's kind of hot. I mean, she has no titties, but she's kind of hot. And I just don't know why everybody's against her. I mean, I watched all of the past Rivals and stuff, but they don't retain well in the memory, which is another reason why I think I'm doing these reviews. Anyway, we get to this particular episode, and Leroy and Teresa are shacking up. Now, we already know Leroy is fine as shit. We already know Teresa is pretty. She's probably, out of all of the girls, probably top 5 prettiest of the chicks. I mean, I kind of like can get a hard on for Anissa because she just got that badass sex appeal to her. I just like Anissa in that way. Teresa is cute. DM is a fox to me. Like, I know she's like 48, but she is so foxy to me, and I love her with her baldy. You know what I'm saying? With the low hair, I love her like that. All them hats, them Nike New York Yankee fitted she be putting on, them shits is ridiculous. DM, like, you need to stay away from that shit off the rip, for real. Like, that's not about that life. You need to stay away from that, DM, because you look fly as hell without that shit. Who else is sexy? I can't really think of the other girls. But yeah, Leroy and Teresa are shacking up. And then my boy Wes catches a case because Leroy is shacking up with Teresa. And then when I watched the after show, Wes is all like, no, I left because you were snoring and I was tired of the snoring. And I asked you to stop, Leroy, and you didn't want to stop. So by golly, I wanted to run out of there. I'm thinking to myself, Wes, shut up. Are you serious? Wes, if you really have a problem with somebody snoring like that, you can definitely speak about that, bro. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Mind it, I mean, the way that the editing played it, obviously they had sex one night. You tried to go to sleep. You went to go into the room to go to sleep. You found them having sex. You was like, no, I'm not sleeping in that. And then you decide to move. So obviously, right? So because Wes decides to move from the room, okay, a part of the cast and crew decide to like play this little prank and make this like little dummy broomstick West in the bed or whatever. And you know, Leroy is a part of it, and he writes, you know, hashtags whack, hashtag low self-esteem, and all this extra shit on the bed. Kind of like, yeah, prank, kind of soft, whatever. Anyways, Wes comes back to the situation and he's just like, oh, so I got low self-esteem now because I want to leave the room. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's low self-esteem. I'm just saying that's a punk ass move. You made out with Teresa. Now, I don't know what happened between you and Teresa, but now Teresa's making out with Leroy. Obviously, Leroy West. So, I mean, I can see what people would say low self-esteem, but I don't know Wes like that, so I can't really call it. But I'm not going to say that Wes left the room because Leroy was snoring and he was tired of hearing him snore. That's some bitch assness. Let's touch upon my boy, Zach. He-Man himself. Hercules on motherfucking steroids for 80 years himself. This dude is huge, and I don't know about y'all, but I think that no, I'm getting the names confused. Zach and CT, who will win in a battle between Zach and CT? I just want to know what y'all think about that. Let that marinate for 1 second. What y'all think about that? Because both dudes are like, what? And I mean, can we talk about Frank trying to challenge CT in the 2 episodes ago, or was it 1 episode? I don't know what episode it was before, but Frank trying to challenge CT. Bruh, really, you would have been like Adam getting his ass whooped. I really think so, Frank. Frank, you got bigger, okay. But I think that Frank really catches a case with this whole I'm gay, surrounded by all these macho dudes that are bigger than me, I gotta prove myself. Like, it's really not that deep, bruh. It's really not that deep. Just prove yourself in the rounds, in the ring, during the game. Just prove yourself. You don't gotta man up to CT and get your ass whipped, because that was gonna happen. And I don't know, why does everybody want to challenge CT? I don't understand. Everybody, since Brandon got his ass annihilated on national television by doing a crazy psychotic move and going against CT. Adam, CT. Like, ever since then, everybody wants to try to challenge CT and really make him go off again. And it was really kind of crazy because CT really went left field a few years back, and it was kind of like questioning whether or not he was going to make it back to television. So since then, and he has been back on television quite a few times, people have been trying to test him. And Frank and Marlon are 2 people during this Rivals 2 season that have tried to test CT to prove that they are not Adams. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. CT will body just about anybody on that show, but I don't know. Zach, I don't know. Anyway, Zach catches a hissy fit because his sister gives birth to his first niece or niece. And I'm thinking to myself, this big ass dude is crying because his sister just gave birth to his niece and nephew. I can't remember what it was. And nothing's wrong with the baby. Nothing's wrong with the sister. Why the fuck is he crying? And then people would hit me up on Twitter, Wes, you know, he's emotional. Fuck that. How you got like 80,000 pounds of muscle on your fucking neck, but your ass is crying because your niece is healthy and born, and you're crying because you weren't there? That's some bullshit. That's lame. That's some lame bitch bullshit type shit. You're on Rivals Challenge 2 and your ass is crying because your sister does. And then he throws a temper tantrum talking about he got a tumor in his stomach. Frank had me laughing at this point. I'm thinking to myself, Frank, you's a fool. Because he's sitting here talking about, oh, you'll be all right. You mean, ain't nothing wrong with you. You cool. This dude, Zach, is like, no, man, my stomach, it hurts. Did you not see my stomach? I'm thinking to myself, bro, we just saw your stomach like 15 clips ago. Your shit looks stacked. And that's what Frank was saying. He was saying you got, your body looks right. Your body is rocking. This dude, Zach, talking about, oh, I might have a tumor. I damn near fell out my fucking bed when he said he might have a tumor. Bruh, are you fucking serious? Nah. I'm thinking to myself, this dude is on his he's PMS and having his fucking period. Shit is ridiculous. Zach starts throwing shit, breaking shit. Anissa runs because she's like, nah, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to be around this dude breaking shit and all of this. And he yelling at the, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want a camera in my face. Rah! 95 pounds on his neck. I'm like, bruh, calm that shit down. It was unnecessary. Like, a lot of the things that happens during Rivals 2 for so far have been unnecessary and just completely funny. Like, it just rah rah ha ha completely. Now we get to the challenge. Jordan and Marlon won last challenge, so they get to pick the order. And the order that they have going first, once again, is Carla Maria and Cook. This is some whack bullshit. I don't know what the fuck No Titty Carla Maria has done to everybody. But if I was her, I would hate it because everybody wants them and they're always being thrown in every elimination. Excuse me, I can't fucking talk. And they always go first. If they're up to go first, they always go first. Cook and Carla Maria try to make it through. They have to do this little wooden plank. And on the sides of the planks are the opposing teammates. And these little like soft barrels. And they have to let the loose noose go. Well, not the noose, but the latch or string or pull the string. Whatever the fuck I'm trying. Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. And drop and like swing, and the barrel's got to swing over the plank as they try to walk across it and obviously knock them into the water. Cook makes it all the way to the end. Carla Maria falls. Now the girls try to be tricky, and there's like it's like the girls' teams are like split in half. You got DM and Anissa and Paula and Emily and you know the veterans against the rookies. And in between, and stuck in the middle, is Teresa and Jasmine. So DM and Anissa and the veterans, and Carla Maria and Cook and the rookies decide that they're not going to release their barrel for Teresa and Jasmine. And I'm thinking to myself like, okay, y'all all love Teresa and Jasmine, that's great, but how is that helping any one of you guys? I don't know. But suffice it to say, both teams made the same strategic planning for Teresa and Jasmine. And anyway, Teresa and Jasmine made it through the plank unscathed. But unbeknownst to the opposite team, they all were planning the same thing. I don't know. But out of all the girls, I'm rooting to win. I like Anissa. I really do. I like Anissa. All the other chicks, and I like Jonah, however the fuck you pronounce her name, Jonna and Nani, I think. Those are two teammates. Let me look. Yeah, Jonna and Nani. I like them too. Some about them I like. And then Carla Maria, the no titty one, and Cook, the tomboy dyke, I like them too. Some about them I like. You know what I'm saying? They real cool. But the other chicks, I don't know, they doing too much. You know what I'm saying? They doing too much. Paula actually doing good. Paula is a cry ass baby. I don't know how the fuck she got get so far, but I mean she got Emily, so I mean, but with the girls, those my crews. You know what I'm saying? So obviously for the girls, the winners were Teresa and Jasmine by fucking default because nobody pulled their barrel latch for them. Paula and Emily sank in the motherfucking water. Both of them bitches fell. Whack. Then we get to the dudes. Now, the dudes could be a bunch of bitches too. You know what I'm saying? Even the straight ones over the gay ones, they all can be a bunch of bitches because they whine like bitches. You know what I'm saying? CT and West got the upper hand. They was able to run along the plank unscathed because, you know, the opposing boys, they like each other, they cool. Preston and Knight. Knight get on my goddamn nerves. That tall motherfucker get on my goddamn nerves. Knight, I will punch him in the throat. I just think Knight can be funny, ha ha he he, but it's some shit that he says that will get his ass whooped. This if I was, you know, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And then Preston, he can be too prissy for me. I want to say prissy, but that don't match. But Preston can be too prissy for me, and it becomes annoying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it becomes annoying. Like, if you can dye your hair purple, you can do some of these challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he, back in the other challenge, when he didn't want to do the upside down face in the crotch and all that, I'm like, bruh, you do that in real life. Like, not to be disrespectful on some shit like that, but come on, like, I mean, Knight would say some shit like that too. It really didn't make no sense to me. And I think he did say that in the post-confessional. He does that in real life. So why is it that I don't know. I really didn't understand that. But, I mean, Knight and Preston have been proving themselves, or they proved themselves in the elimination. So, I mean, I don't know. Knight and Preston, But, Zach and Trey lose miserably. They both fall in the water. So, because they both fall in the water, Zach and Trey wants to go up against Preston and Knight because they think it's the easiest people for them to go up against. Johnny, which is like he's like the Natalie of these rivals. If I had to compare them to a BGC chick, Natalie Nunn. Shout out to Natalie Nunn. He's like the Natalie of these freaking rival challenges, and nobody likes him. They say they do, but they don't. And if they do, they're just scared of him. That's kind of like his relationship that he has with the rest of the people. The group of guys talk about blasting on Preston and Knight so that Preston and Knight can go into the water, get the shortest time, and go up against Zach and Trey. Johnny goes against Frank's wishes and does not losing his barrel to hit Preston and Knight. Not really sure what Johnny was going for, but he didn't want to have to worry about, I guess, Zach and Trey coming back. I don't know. Long story short, okay, we get through all of these teams, okay? Marlon and fucking Jordan make it through. My boys, my underdogs. CT and West make it through by default, so they're the winners. So you got Teresa and Jasmine, CT and West, they're the winners, okay? Trey and Zach end up going into the elimination because they defaulted. They both fell with the shortest time. We get to the round, we get to nominations for elimination, and unbeknownst to Leroy and Ty, their names end up thrown in a bunch to be tossed into elimination with Zach and Trey. Now, if I was Leroy, I would have been pissed. And Leroy was pissed because the girl that he was screwing, Teresa, the chick that he cool as hell with, like brother and sister, Nani, both teams put him and his boy Ty in a nomination pool to be put up for elimination. Then we get to DM's ass Anissa, who for some reason want to put Leroy and Ty up. I don't understand her reasoning for wanting to put Leroy and Ty up. I really don't. If somebody can explain this to me below the comments, put in the comment below the video, maybe you can explain this to me, but I don't get it. It just don't be making sense to me what DM be going through. Like with the New Year Yankee fittings and then putting Leroy and Ty up, it just don't make sense. Either way, Leroy and Ty are shocked and surprised to be going into the elimination round with Trey and Zach. We get to the elimination round, the challenge, where they gotta break through some shit, get to the bottom level, bust open the door, then ring the bell. Some shit, some hardcore shit. See, the people in the challenges, they be actually having challenges. Them broads on BGC, they don't be having these fucking challenges. They be having to eat cupcakes and lick lollipops and shit in they fucking challenge. Rivals Challenge be actually having challenges. So this challenge was righteous, but at the end, my boy Zach, he wins. Him and Trey win the round because Leroy got held up on his second level where he had to bust up chains. And if y'all not watching this fucking series, y'all need to watch this series so we can map and communicate on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all not watching it, y'all need to fucking watch it so we can be here. We get to the end, Zach and Trey win. Zach is so amped. He was so aggravated by the house because he threw his little pussy temper tantrum earlier about his niece and nephew being so happily healthy and him not being there. He throws a helmet and hits Jordan in the audience. TJ walks up to him and be like, yo, Trey and Zach, y'all did a good job. Y'all obviously won, but guess what? Y'all cheated. Y'all messed up. Y'all disqualified. So Leroy and Ty, y'all get to go back home. I'm thinking to myself, yes, indeed, Leroy and motherfucking Ty. Because these motherfuckers, what? I just said, I had to put it, I'll just say it, like one say, call it a spade when the motherfucker's really a clover. I just had to throw that shit out there. Them motherfuckers right there is some fine ass motherfuckers. I just had to throw that out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Ty and Leroy get tossed back into the crowd. It's kind of good because, you know, it was kind of fucked up that the girls threw them in. Zach is pissed and he gets kicked off. Everybody in the house is happy, including Frank. His kissing on the lips buddy, Frank. Because Frank didn't want to deal with Zach trying to gun for him and Johnny. Because Zach wanted to go against Johnny after Johnny didn't do what they wanted to do and put Preston and Knight in. So when Johnny didn't put Preston and Knight in, Zach wanted to go against Johnny and Frank. And Frank and Zach are friends, so Zach shouldn't have went up against Frank because Frank and Zach is friends, and Frank was a little upset catching a PMS temper tantrum moment because Zach wanted to go up against him. It's some baby bullshit in this motherfucker, but the shit is about to get a little heated. It's about to get a little extra heated because we about to get some fights up in this bitch, and people about to get angry and the motherfucker at each other, and I'm ready for this shit to go down. Basement, straight up the rip. I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv. I know there's a lot going on. I spoke about a lot of shit, but I want to know how y'all feel about Rivals 2, episode 5 or 6, whatever the fucking episode. I think it's 5. How y'all feel about this shit? Leave comments below the video and let's chat up on Aconnectiontv Twitter about Rivals 2 because this shit is off the shit. And we need to get some interviews with these motherfuckers. I want to do some interviews with these motherfuckers. So if y'all want me to do some interviews with them, y'all need to tweet these motherfuckers about doing some interviews with little old me. Alright? Mona does the interviews for BGC. I do all the other motherfucking interviews. You dig? Anyways, later y'all. Peace.
Questions. Why you asking questions? Only thing you need to be like, bam! Who the hell is she? Who the hell? Ooh! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm sorry. Jim would have got hot. Jim